Rippy out here at the 3699 range, Saturday about lunchtime, the 31st of July. Do a little garden update and update on everything. My row of surface sowed was a disappointment, and then I replanted, and then what come up, I was wondering, I have buds on these, and they look kind of buggy. These are zinnias, and I thought those were zinnias, but those are, as you can tell, volunteer sunflowers. And I didn't plant them, they just... So here's the zinnias I planted. And see, they're coming up late, and I have a thistle problem. That was a learning year on that. Hopefully I'll get some zinnia seed. I'm not sure where I went wrong on that. I'm kind of disappointed now. I don't really have any well water or clothes dry. My electric went out, and I like to keep this about my video, but the triplex wire comes up to the transformer and then comes over to my house, and it's just an aluminum wire, and it burned off. And there's two wires, and one of them, I have 110, but I don't have the electric to where it burnt the refrigerator up. And I took it out to the junk pile, and then I started watching videos because I have the 110 electric, and it showed a video of this thing catching on fire, which is what happened. This is my capacitor. It's a $10 part. And I ordered a new one of them. It was just kind of a plug and play thing. So I ordered one of those online for 10 bucks. A new cap. Because it had that smell too. It was a burnt smell. And then when I plugged it back in, because I let it cool off, I thought, I seen fire. And that's where the fire come from. And that's where it plugs into the compressor. This is a relay. And this was 15. Man, it stinks. I don't know what that stuff is, like formaldehyde or something. And I saw the fire. I got it out, and so there's not a lot of sense in me having a brand new $1,000 refrigerator in a house with a bunch of old electric lines. See, like my plumbing's old. It's an old house. I need an old refrigerator. Fits me well. This one's 20 years old, and I had never. If I know this was that this easy. I have the seal for the freezer in a bucket of bleach water, and this is the one for the fridge. They just push in. I thought there was more to it. No tools even required. And I fold them up and put them as a little taller bucket than usual. And heck, them seals just push in here. Right in there. And I'm gonna give this thing a thorough cleaning and bleaching and clean it all up and plug it in and see if it works for the $25 worth of parts I put on it before I go spending $1,000 to plug a refrigerator into old electric and everything. Lightning strikes. We run the gamut out here. A tree fell into this in '97. What was that? How many? 30 years ago? A tree was here. And then 10 years later in '07, the wire burnt in half. It was right where that tree had hit it 10 years before. And then here we are 15 years more later, and I think the wire here at the house, this is such old wiring. Yeah, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you how I don't have it fixed, but I just went up there and looked at those wires fell apart, and you're dealing with high voltage. But the electrician said it'd be a few weeks before they could get out here, and so I knew it happened on a Friday, that it wasn't going to get fixed right away, and so I've been cooking on a grill and threw everything away that was in the fridge. But back to the garden. These marigolds did better than those marigolds. Here we are, August 1st-ish. Still waiting on red tomatoes. I have perfect green tomatoes. I have no signs of blossom end rot. I have gourds. I have some trees that look better than others. I have a fabulous looking Mexican sunflower plant. My giant sunflowers, some of them are drying up. here, and then I have some fresh ones coming in too because there's so many of them. And this week the purple martins left. There might be one or two stray, but yeah, they all flew down and was catching the bugs. There's like 30 of them back at the pond again this year, and they headed south 1st of August. Purple martins are gone. The bees are out. We have milkweeds up. I can see them in the flowers here. The peppers came out of their funk. They were in like a fungus. Everything was wet in here. And then we've had some nice rains even up to this date. And I wanted to water the plants, but I can't run my water well runs on 220, so I'm allocating my water use or whatever, conserving water big time. And hope I won't need a new well, the pump. The 2 Turks turbine. Oh, here's the other one. Looks pretty nice too. Wow. They're maturing. Turks turbine. Apples had a good year, I think. The lawns had a good year. The weeds and the critters. I won't elaborate on them too much. When things are going smooth, it's nice. And then there's been a few little things. I had the 25 seeds of honey select sweet corn. And then I suppose about all this corn's open pollinated. And I'm going to save some of those for seed because the seed's $30 a pound. I'm going to try to dry me some seed out that the bugs don't get. These would have little seeds, wouldn't they? Mexican sunflower is like a Jimson weed. It's like as big as my Geo Tracker. It's a huge plant. It would do really good on the end of the garden, one end or the other. It's in a good spot too for this year. I'm really happy with that. It's beautiful. My popcorn. I have 2 stalks of popcorn, and this one's had some ears on it, as opposed to 2 weeks ago. I'll possibly be getting some seed off there for some popcorn, and I'll have a bunch of sweet corn next year, I hope, and maybe some popcorn. And then I think I'll take a year off the Indian corn. It's just now starting to get ears on it. And it's tall like regular corn would be. The giant sunflowers, you can see they're drying up a little bit. My asparagus over here. I yanked the pickles. They were clear out in there, and I just mowed them under after I jerked them. And I don't have a refrigerator to make pickles anyway. I have asparagus back at the pond like that. I'm not sure the jury's out on what I'm going to do with that stuff. Make it different. I have no idea. The jury's out on the asparagus, which survived. The carrots were in there with the pickles just growing up all over. They completely covered the pineapples, and I think I'm done with them. I could change my mind. This marigold did well, but not as well as the other. And where it grew up against these trees, some of the trees dried up, some of them completely died out of 100. I did something wrong here. I don't know what it was. Too much of one thing and not enough of another. But this one over here, this one's the best one with the new growth. It's even kind of on the end. This one's on the end. It's a real small one. They were like 6-inch plants when I got them. They cost $100 for 100 trees. And this little bit of shade, you can see these are the best trees I have. And if I buy 100 more, I'm going to put a row of these alongside of them. I think on this side of this garden, in this soil. These are kind of pretty. I don't see any carrots in there yet. I'm not looking to. I know they're overpopulated. I have mature. These hot pepper things. Cayennes. Wow, that's a weird color one. Oh, it's dead. It's aborted. Some sick looking peppers. Here's a I have some giant, really thick-walled bells. Growing in them cages. But I don't have many. Here's the other cherry bomb, and I just discovered this is a cherry bomb here, because the rabbits ate them off, and those were mislabeled tomatoes. I'm not sure what they are. I almost would just go ahead and jerk them, and I'm not gonna, like the pickles I got tired of quick, and then I don't have a refrigerator anyway, but not sure what I'm kind of wait and see on that, but that's a cherry bomb too that needs some nitrogen or something. I'm not sure. I know I wanted to water out here, but now I can't. But you have really tall Indian corn, 2 popcorn, and some sweet corn, honey select. It's a short corn, high sugar content and all that. Better boy, some nice, and I have like a 3-pack. The airplane's been spraying the corn for the fungus, doing all the cornfields. I hear a helicopter now. I don't feel like getting too dirty because I don't want to be taking a shower, but I am going to get dirty. Just go ahead, I'm not going to worry about anything. Go about my business here and yeah, rehab the fridge and be happy with what I got. It's just small, and I think it's nice to a point, you know. This stuff with the flowers, and the pond, and the trees, and the critters. Thanks for watching, everyone. Rippy over here, August 1st, garden progress.